Peace. This is Kayla L. And today I wanted to talk about the many potentials for spiritual paths you could take. There's different religions, philosophies, practices, but how do you really know which one is right for you? So let's set the space. I got my crystal cleansing mist, Earth Angel. And this affirms that I am divinely protected at all times and in all ways. This is really like, all over protection mist. It's grounding. It has like an earthy smell to it. Earthy and sweet. And those are available on my website. I have one for each of the 7 major chakras. So yeah, that's my little quick commercial. But anyways, back to choosing your spiritual path. So it can be really overwhelming when you're trying to decide, like, I know I want to live a spiritual lifestyle. Like, I know that there's, a higher power out there. I know that there's more, but like, how do I really choose which one is right? Like, which one is the right one? So the short answer is you got to find what works for you, and there's not really a right answer, but there is a wrong answer. So yeah, let's get into it. So I was sharing this book, The Power of the Psalms, and this book like really showed me that the Bible is a book of magic. And so the Bible is something that people, the powers that have been using to control us, humanity, through religion. But so, a lot of people were kind of put off by the Bible, especially like if you've been like raised in church and you've experienced like what people call church trauma. um, there's the phrase, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So that's how I see the Bible. Like, don't throw it out yet, because there's a lot of potential of magic in the Bible. So it's a spiritual tool that can be used for your highest good and your ascension, other than a religious tool that's used for your manipulation and control. Um, so your spiritual system should be getting you results. And by results, I mean, your manifestations and your desires. You should feel protected by your spiritual system. You should feel empowered by your spiritual system. You should feel courageous when it comes to your spiritual system. Um, You should feel joy. You should feel excitement. You should feel happiness. You should be excited to do your spiritual practices every day. And you should feel inspired. All of those things, all of the higher vibrational things that spirituality can bring, your spiritual system should support that. So, and your results are in alignment with your desires and your intentions, happiness, abundance, love, wealth, all of those things. So it's really, with a lot of things, it's really a decision, and it will require discernment and, your best judgment, clear thinking, because spirituality and religion are spaces where people are taken advantage of, because the space deals mostly in the unseen. Like, unless we're talking about like physical manifestations, most of this work and the ideas in this work is, in the unseen realm. So it's easy for people who want to abuse power to take advantage of people with empty promises, selling dreams, that type of frequency. So, some ways on how to decide and to pick your path is one thing to watch out for is to avoid hierarchies. Um, you may disagree, but I think that's one way to find the right one for you. And so avoid hierarchies that say that you cannot connect with the Most High yourself. Like you have to go through this other human to get to the Most High. So that's a red flag on the play. Next, you want to avoid systems that use shame, guilt, or fear to motivate. Those are lower vibrating frequencies, and you will literally attract demonic entities when you are operating in that frequency. So anybody that's trying to convince you like something bad is going to happen to you if you don't get down with this program, most likely has a demonic entity attached to them. Yeah, that's for real, for real. We want to avoid systems that suppress the feminine. So that's all your mainstream religions that are suppressing the feminine. And it's important for women to not lie to themselves about, how this particular religion or this spiritual system feels. Because the masculine has a gift of knowing how to use words to shape a reality. I don't know, I'm being pushed to say like pimping and hoeing. Like I just gotta put it out there, pimping and hoeing. Like, pimp's got the gift of gab, and that's how a lot of people end up on a track. Okay. Sorry if that was dark, but it's real. So like, you might see where anything that says like women are lower than the masculine, or like even like feminine energies are not encouraged to tap into. Like if it's not encouraged to tap into your intuition, like if you're a man, and to follow intuition is a feminine principle. So if somebody is saying like you got to go through me, or instead of tapping into your intuition, that's a red flag. And so you want to look for resonance, and you want to feel for resonance. Like I was saying, don't lie to yourself about how something feels. Like if something feels off, question, like really dig deep into why it feels off. And speaking from experience, I have done the, mental gymnastics to convince myself that something was right when it really wasn't. And that may be a part of your spiritual path to learn these things so that you can probably, guide others, so that they don't have to go through whatever you went through. But, just don't ignore your intuition, don't ignore your discernment, and don't lie to yourself. Really feel into your emotions. Like if Um, don't worry about being seen as too sensitive, because your emotions are literally like a compass. Your feelings are a compass that were given to you by the Most High, to find your way in this world. And so you want to pick what you know, and what am I trying to say right there? Reframe what love. Okay, yeah. So pick what you know. Um and we want to align with things that are encouraging love, um and encouraging living in joy and happiness. Encourage things that, that are more inclusive, um of humanity, more considerate of the collective ascension of everyone, um, more higher vibrating, higher frequency. We care about others, we care about the earth, and we're always recognizing the creator, like the source, most high. We're not idolizing other humans. Um, and yes, we just always recognize the most high. Um, so what it really comes down to is that you are probably going to have to create your own system. So that might sound a little scary, like out here by yourself, but the Most High is always with you. I'm here to remind you that the Most High is always with you. And so, yeah, you might have to create your own system. So you can start with meditation. Um, Meditation means that you sit in a quiet space without distractions, and you listen to your own thoughts. In the beginning, if meditation is challenging and your mind is running, just kind of see what's coming through your mind. But the point is to listen to your own thoughts and get used to knowing what you sound like. And when you're in your meditation, you can ask a question like, um, Creator, please show me my path. Please show me which is the best way to go for me and my highest good. And eventually you'll hear an answer, and the answer will probably sound like your own voice. And it is important to trust what you hear. And just remember that if something doesn't feel right, then it's probably not. So, um, yes, those are my tips on how to pick your spiritual path. Um, I am offering intuitive guidance through my website. They're available to book. Intuitive guidance sessions are available to book on my website, and we can navigate your spiritual awakening together, in love and resonance with love and harmony with your highest good. We're always going to be recognizing the Most High and working in the highest vibrations of love and joy. Um, and also, for the women out there, join one of the new moon circles that I am hosting. We use ritual to go through personal transformation, depending on the theme of the month. So the link is in bio for the next one. And I hope to see you again. Thanks for tapping in. All right. Peace.